Hey Vikings, so we're back about 48 hours after jump, and we jumped onto a server that had been out for about 2 days. So it had actually already closed, but this let us kind of get a better feel for what the server was going to be like. So myself, my support accounts, and a friend from a previous server jumped over here. The server looked pretty low. There was a Russian jumper with about 8 million influence, and then no one else was above 5 or 6. So we came over within about an hour of getting here. That jumper, who also had mega packs, bought them all out and was up to about 105, 110 million influence. Um, Unexpected, but we uh, we dealt with it ultimately. I built up, as you saw in that first video, and then I went ahead and purchased all of my mega packs as well, which put me fairly similar on influence, and we ended up uh, getting into a fight over the place of power the following morning. And I actually have that. I took screenshots of the combat to kind of show you guys what happened. Basically, I had a hero with this is my experience gear, but I had actual combat gear. This one's not great, but and we were matched. Basically, we bought the same packs, so we were pretty evenly matched there. Um, just putting on this gear to show you, but yeah, I had gear on my hero. My hero was about 8. Oh no, it was the same level. And then I had actually pushed up and leveled up my knowledge. Originally, I wasn't planning on going deep into military early on, but kind of ended up being necessary. I had troop health 1 maxed out for that 131%, and I uh, I started off as the aggressor, so this is me hitting him. He just had some troops there just to kind of hold it, and then he attacked. Didn't have quite enough to break it. This one was the most painful one for me. It was fairly close, but it was still a victory. Next hit, he sent another attack at the place of power. I recalled my troops because I wasn't sure if there was enough there to still to hold out against that hit, and so he took it. I sent some scouts and left myself unshielded. I guess he thought that I was sending um, more scouts with my hero or something, and that my hero wouldn't be in the town. So he did an OS against my town, which made no sense at all. I don't know how he thought he was gonna kill it. We were very close in influence there. And actually, if you look at these throughout the screenshots, so started started at 144, it was higher. I know that's his clan, never mind. But he'll actually be rezzing these with gold, and it's not a gold boost day, so it's kind of wiped out his gold supply. But anyways, that was a pretty nice win for me there. And then he hit the, oops, that's not in the right order. Hit the place of power one more time. Once I took it over again, and this previous screenshot is just kind of showing. Or no, that's from this hit. Oops. But yeah, so he had another one. He got himself back up to 103, and then lost 39 million again, and then um, used the rest of his gold to get back up to about 90 million. I talked to him after. He's actually a pretty cool guy, despite being pretty upset with all of these losses. I think he kind of learned a lesson about gear and the importance of knowledge. Um, and at this point, I've got an alliance worked out with him where we're going to just trade the place of power every other week. They're a pretty substantial clan, and they're second on the server right now. So I don't want to separate the server too much. It just kind of felt like it was better to share. Plus, place of power is just annoying to deal with anyways. So since then, most of my time's been spent working on the other accounts. The building an account up to 21, even if you have all the resources and all the boosts and are kind of wasteful with the boosts, is still pretty time consuming. So it's taken up a lot of my time. I have worked on this account a little bit. There's a couple more buildings to 21. I got all of these converted. They were level 5 farms. So I got them going with iron. And that's mainly because I already have some gear like this. Stone production, iron production. Let's see. Did a little bit more knowledge here. Nothing major, just fleetness, building, started on metallurgy. I'm trying to take it slow because if I boost my account to the maximum and then I just kind of stop, then I'm either going to have to buy packs to keep contributing substantially to the clan, and it's going to hurt the clan long term. So as you can see here, like I haven't used either. I haven't used my craftsman or my profits yet, and I still have an absurd number of speed ups. Although I have to say the defense and health boosts really hurt. But overall, it's not that much. But the more exciting stuff has been the clan stuff over the last day or so. From what I've experienced, United servers tend to do really well. And if you're able to get all of your languages players really under one roof, it makes even more of a difference. So I've been trying to unite all the English-speaking players with decent influence under our banner, and that was going pretty well. At first, we were top in influence, so that helped. Messaging them all individually and talking to them. A lot of players had clans that they just kind of joined, and it was still early, so no one really owed any loyalty to anyone. But yeah, there were a lot of clans that were like 50k influence players that had started up, and they were top because they were the first person to start a clan, or the leader was AFK, etc. So it pulled in a good number of players that way. And then at the 24-hour point from when we jumped over here, we went ahead and made the stronghold. And since then, it's just kind of been an onslaught. Everyone wants to join because they realize this is going to be the place to be. Now, ultimately, I didn't really intend to run a clan on my new server, but having played on 4 servers with my jumpers and then 1 server before that, when I was kind of learning the game, I've seen what happens when you have bad clan leaders or clan leaders that make decisions emotionally, and I didn't want to spend 5 months building up these accounts to jump somewhere and have someone that's going to do a half-assed job, or who's going to start a war to the death with a group that can destroy them over someone gathering resources too close to them. Yes, I have seen that happen before. So what I want to do here, and what's worked very well for me in past games like Ebony, I'm going to retain the leadership spot, but I'm going to try to build up elders that have a really good understanding of game mechanics and are going to make intelligent decisions on their own, that don't need to be micromanaged and don't need to check with me for everything. Yeah, if it's something major, I'll have the final say, but it's better for everyone if things are run in a more group setting. So in order to do that, I'm kind of breaking up the traditional Vikings War of Clans style promotions. From what I've seen so far, it's typically your influence determines where you are in the clan. And while that should play a small part, especially early on, as you saw from my account, you can get quite a lot of influence without knowing anything about the game. If I had never played the game before, I still could have hit similar influence, not quite as much, just because mega packs are are better, but it offers you repeatedly. So because of that, doing the promotions a little bit differently than is standard in Vikings War of Clans. It's not going to be purely based on influence. I'm looking for people that, sorry if you hear squeaking, my dog is excited. But it's going to be based more on helpfulness, game knowledge, um, level-headedness, etc. And just to kind of show you what it looks like right now, this is us in that top spot with 767 million influence. Next is at 374, although about 190 of that influence is one Russian guy that, not the same one I was fighting before, but another one that just purely bought troops. He's at he's at 190 million influence. His hero is like level 35 in gray gear, and he had last I looked, he had a palace below level 21. So it's pure troops, nothing really scary. And then below that, you see it drops off pretty substantially. And I think the next English clan is at something like 40 million. So yeah, it's pretty well consolidated at this point. So that's essentially where we are now. It kind of went a different direction than intended, but I'm pretty happy with where we are, and I think this server is going to be a pretty dominant one when it comes to KVK and CVC, which is ultimately what this is all for. As usual, if you found this video helpful or interesting, please hit that like button. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, or more videos on how to maximize your time and your resources in Vikings War of Clans, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all soon.